Welcome to the Challenge 5 Snake project video where we're going to explain the implementation of Challenge 5. So Challenge 5 again is this flashing lights, these squares, and when you press a button it changes the direction of all of them. Alright, changes the position. Okay, so we're going to go through and implement this. As we explained earlier, we're going to use this document.keyDown function. Now this function keeps track of, it's an interrupter, so anytime that a key is pressed, this is the function that's called. Okay, so on any key down, then this function gets called and run. So we're going to create a variable called key, and we're going to set it to e.which. Alright, now e.which is going to give us the numeric value of the key that we press. Alright, so if I want to press the up arrow, then it's going to give me a numeric value. If I press the left arrow, then it's going to give me another one. So there's a couple ways to find out what numeric values we need to check for. One way to do that is to Google it. So you can go to Google and type in JavaScript about key codes. Okay, so you can find right here, these are the code numbers, these are the numbers for each key on your keyboard. So if I press a U, that is equivalent to an 84. Alright, so if you're looking for left and right, you can go right here. So 37, 38, 39, and 40 looks like the ones we're going to be using. The other way that we can do it is, say we didn't have access right there, console.log, and we're going to console log our key. Whenever a key is pressed, we're going to console log the number. Alright? I'm going to come over here, refresh that, and then I'm going to open up my console. And now, when I press a key, this is going to give me the key codes. So I press left, and it gives me a 37. I press up, it gives me a 38. Right, 39. And down, it gives me a 40. Now notice, this is going to give me all the key codes. So if I start typing just random letters, it gives me the key codes for everything. So if you ever get stuck or forget the key codes or you don't want to look them up, that's a pretty easy way to do it. So again, the ones that we are going to be using are left, which is 37, up, 38, right is 39, and down is 40. Okay, so left, up, right, down. That's the order that they go in, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, so now that we have the key values, we're going to just check it. So if key equals, I'm going to try it with this. So there's a difference between the double equal signs and the triple equal signs. So triple equal signs means that it's exactly equal to. A double equal sign will convert the type, and then it will check if it's equal. So if there are different types, then it will check that. So if I did this with a 37, that's the left key. Okay. So what this number does is this double equal sign will convert 37 to whatever the type is. So in fact, let's find out what type it is. Console .log. we're going to do type of, and then we'll put in key. Alright, now this is just going to print out the key for us so that we have that. Alright, so let's see here. Open up the console, and there we go. It says it's a number, so that's probably integer form. So if we do this, then this should work. I'm just I'm changing it to the number form because right here we found out it's a number type. Okay, and I'm just going to double check. The triple equal sign means that it's exactly equal, meaning it's of the same type and it's the same value. So let's just find out real quick. So if I press any other key, it's not going to do anything, but if I press the left key, then it's going to print out the number. Okay, so right here, if we press the left key, what we want to do is change the direction. And we're going to change the direction to the string left. Alright, so we're going left. If the key is equal to 38, remember this was the up key, then the direction will be up. Else if key equals 39, then direction, we're going to reassign it to right. Remember that those are the values that we just barely found out. Else, now I could just put an else here, and we know by, well, no, sorry. We want to specify exactly what key we're going to press for down. Alright, so down is going to be 40. Okay, direction equals down. Okay, so this is really all you need for the direction change to change that value. So this will, again, when we press the key, it's going to interrupt, and it's going to pass this event handler. Event.which will give us the number of the key that we pressed, and we're going to find out which key we pressed, and then according to which key we press, we're going to change the direction. Alright? Okay, so here we have that. Now, we know right here that this is where we're switching the values, or we're popping off values and pushing them back on the back and the front, right? So what we're going to do here is something similar. We're going to be changing what's inside of these variables, namely the x and the y's, but because we want the entire array to move, we're going to loop through the entire array and change the x and y values. Okay? So for variable I equal to 0, that's the starting index of this array, while I is less than lights array dot length, we're going to increment I. Okay? So in here we're going to specify what we want to, what directions we want to go. So if direction, so if D equals left, then we're going to do something. Else if, I'm just going to do this. Alright, so we have if it's left, if it's up, if it's right, and if it's down. So it really doesn't matter what order you do these things in. Okay. Do these if-else statements in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to change the x or y coordinate of the object in this array depending on which direction we're going. So if we're going left, we're going to do lights array at the position I. So we're going through the entire array step by step, starting at 0. And if we're going left, remember that the origin is up here. Now, left means that we're subtracting x's. Subtracting x's to the left, right? If we're going to the right, then we're going to be adding x's. Then down, we're going to be adding y's, and up, we subtract y's. So that's all we really need to do. So dot x, if we're going left, we're going to do minus minus. Okay. If we're going up, we're going to do y minus minus. If we're going to the right, we're going to be adding x's. And if we're going down, we're going to be adding y's. Okay? We just want to increment that coordinate by 1. Alright, so let's go back to the student version. When I press left, it responds. And it moves, it loops through, starting right here at the first one. And for each one, it changes the x value, and then it paints the new array. Okay? So that's challenge 5. We'll look forward to seeing you in challenge 6. Good luck.